Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, He Showed What Should Come to Pass Forever. And secret things or ever they came. This is from Ecclesiasticus chapter 48 and verse 25. Let me jump to the first verse. It says, Then stood up Elias the prophet as fire, and his word burnt like a lamp. So we're going into the account of Elijah and Elias. It says here in the 10th verse, who was ordained for reproof in their times to pacify the wrath of Yahweh's judgment, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Malachi 4 and 5 and 6. Before it break forth, which is the destruction, it's getting ready to break forth into fury, and to turn the heart of the father unto the son, or the fathers unto the sons. But it says here, father unto the son, and to restore the tribes of Jacob. So now this right here, Elias or Elijah, this took place when Abba came on the scene. This is not referring to John the Baptist baptizing the Israelites, because they were coming to get baptized because they knew that they were Israelites. And they were in the so-called Middle East, the Levant. So when you read this scripture right here, and you read Malachi 4, when it speaks about Elijah, even the blue letter will tell you that. Matter of fact, let's go to the blue letter real quick. And this is a list that I had. I was looking for a subject. I couldn't really find one, so I pulled out my list. When I put a list together, in case I don't have a subject, I'll just look at the list, and then the Spirit will say, okay, go deal with this list. Now, the list that I got, I had a bunch of precepts, but then I was like going through the precepts, and other precepts came to mind. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, really like 5 precepts, because there's one precept, which is wisdom of Solomon, the 7th verse 21. I also put in the 18th verse. So anyway, let me go to and the reason why I'm doing this video, the thought behind it is we go back to 2006. You had IUIC had a YouTube page, and GOCC. At that time, it wasn't GOCC. They were Light and Body Church. They had a YouTube page. I believe Bach had a page. I mean, they wasn't putting up a lot of videos, and I knew about the YouTube. YouTube came on the scene in 2005. Don't ask me what month, but people started getting on it in 2006, 2007-ish. If you go to any any station that I would say any station. I think all these stations, the major, like Channel 2, CBS, NBC, ABC, HBO, Showtime, any of these stations, regular TV and cable, they all have a YouTube page. YouTube, Facebook, formerly Twitter, X. So they're on these different platforms. And when you go to a major cable company or like a ABC, you go to the YouTube page. They have multiple YouTube pages. And sometimes when you watch the news or something, or watch CNN or whatever, certain news stations and other stations, they'll say, "Oh, you can watch this on YouTube. This is our YouTube channel." Because it became popular. Now, I didn't go on YouTube because the videos were like babies running around, dogs jumping over fences, and dogs doing tricks, and it was like TikTok. And so I was thinking about going on, because we were filming. We had a camera. We were filming every time we spoke, and a lot of videos that we put up in the beginning in 2007, they were from 2006. So the Spirit didn't make me go on say let's go on YouTube until July of 2007. Our very first video on YouTube was not on 34th and 7th. It was on 33rd and 7th, right next to the famous Madison Square Garden. And then we had set up two camps, 34th Street and 37th. I'm sorry, 34th Street and 33rd. Because we were small back then, and we had people coming listening, a lot of young brothers. They would listen, going into the end of 2007, going into 2008. I don't know if we kept the Passover without them or we let them in the first Passover, because we had to rent a place. But we had brothers, coming in, and that was when the Spirit was on me to say, "Go out, just set up your own camp. Go out, set up your own camp. There should be 1,000,001 camps out here." And then on the comment board, the comment section of the various videos, brothers would say, "I'm from Dallas, Texas. Is anybody from Dallas, Texas that, oh yeah, I'm from Dallas, Texas too. Where you?" And then they would get together. Or Florida. We got a bunch of camps in Florida. And you got Sakaran and Bishop Sakaran and Apostle Ramlab, and you got a couple of the bishops that deal with the various state camps out there. And then we have regional camps where you have one major camp that might be not over in the sense of I'm a lord over you, but they kind of keep in contact with each other. If let's say Chicago, GMS, there's a handful of camps out there. It's the same big camp, but they break it up. Out there in the West, out there in Cali, you got certain brothers that speak Spanish and English. There's a Spanish speaking camp. Then there's an English speaking camp, and those same brothers that speak Spanish can also speak English. So this thing is really growing, and it's a threat, a spiritual threat. They want to make it physical. Esau only understands physical things. They don't understand spiritual things. But the elite They understand spiritual things, and spiritual things are far worse than the physical things. So anyway, you know what I want to do? Let's go into the word prophet. Anyway, GMS camps set up IUIC, GOCC. They later became GOCC. There was a split. The Light and Body Church, there was a split. You had GOCC and you had the other group. I think they kept the name and they fell off. And they were going off anyway. The head of that, he went in, I remember him going into Revelation with the beast. And he said there's going to be actual beasts that's going to come up from the sewers. You know, beasts. That's talking about actual beasts. And I said, what? And I think I used to curse him out. I said, what the fuck you talking about? So they didn't understand the scripture. That's why we started going into the breakdowns. What we call breakdowns. Interpretations. Hermeneutics. That's another name you can look up. But you know what I want to do? I want to look up the word prophet. Anyway, put these camps together. You have many brothers on YouTube. If they were living in, let's say Philly or whatever, or Texas or Jersey or whatever, they would kind of hook up. And that's how the camps, they had to, you know, do this on their own. Like us, when we started, we had to do this on our own. We didn't have no help. Anyway, and these brothers coming together, oh, I'm down with GMS, I'm down with IUIC, I'm down with ISCPK. ISCPK, if I'm not mistaken, they came on the scene maybe the beginning of 08. Could be wrong. Or the end of the first two camps I remember was, like I said, IUIC and GOCC, which was Light and Body Church. And we came on because we said these guys are breaking down. Well, actually, when we came on YouTube, I remember IUIC only had one YouTube page, and I would go to the page and there would be a video up. It would be Nate and Yawashop, maybe somebody else, and there would be just two of them. Maybe three, you know. But I remember Nate and Yawashop. And they would only do a 10-minute video. You get a because back then YouTube was only 10 minutes and the video was grainy. So you do a 10-minute video and then that's it. And then the comment board would be, where's the rest of the video? I want to know more about the video. Then it would lead you to, this is fact, and they would lead you to a website. Go on that website and they would sell you breakdowns. That's a fact. So the motivation was money. Hey, the scripture says, buy the truth and sell it not. Meaning, if you gotta, you know, buy things pertaining to the truth, your time is money. Time is money, right? So us studying the truth and going over it, when you got people even today ask certain questions, well, what does this mean? What does that mean? And could you break this down? Could I get the understand on that? And I'm from a church and this, that, and the third. So we give you the answers because we studied. So what do we pay with? We paid with our time. You know, we paid the money of our body. That's why this is called the work. It's a study to show thyself approved, right? So now, years 2008, 2009, 2010, and you got all these other camps. Oh, you had other camps that were formerly of One West that set up their different camp. AOC is one of them. Zabak, Priest Zabak's another. Then you had which we know these guys. And Priest Dunyala, because he used to come down to the 34th Street camp along with Priest lawyer, which he's up in the spiritual realm. He's good. He's good now. He's good. There are a lot of brothers, through the years, passed on, and sisters too. And if you stay with the faith, you good. And you good anyway if you're not in the faith. Because every Israelite's going to make it in the kingdom. Don't listen to the IUIC with this Roman Catholic nonsense. I see why he calls himself a bishop. That's a term that the Roman Catholics took from the scriptures. Call yourself a prophet. Call yourself an elder. Call yourself an apostle. A bishop is a guy that keeps the church clean, keep the records together. Yikwa will be considered a bishop because he was always at the school. So anyway, matter of fact, let me just go ahead. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. So through the years, you had guys watching they'll watch some IUIC, they'll watch some ICBK, they'll watch some GOCC, they'll watch some GMS, and this, that, and the third. And then they would set up their own thing. They would have a certain name. Strongholders of the Most High, whatever, some catchy name. They get the fringes, they get the 12 tribe sign, and they would just go out, and they would get a little bit of a smorgasbord of some IUIC, because they might teach the MOTB is a micro C hip, but they'll also teach that you can burn in hell, or they'll say, oh, there's no such thing as reincarnation. So these guys will be classified as false prophets because they're leading the people astray. Any Israelite group out there that teaches that the MOTB is something other than the micro C hip, you are a false prophet. You are not one of the elect. Now you can come to your senses, and maybe at the end of the day, you were always the elect. Once you can't make yourself one of the elect. Element 7, which he was the former head of Dallas, he's in the world. The big backstory on that, we used to talk on the phone a lot, right? And he said, yeah, I'm working hard so I can make myself one of the elect. And I said, no. I said, you can't make yourself one of the elect. You have to be chosen from the foundation. That's in Ephesians. From the foundation of the world, before the world was created. So this was a spiritual thing. The Most High said, okay, you will be the elect. Because all Israel are the elect, but there's an elect inner circle of the elect. So all the apostles, Peter, John, James, Andrew, the Apostle Paul, and so forth, Matthew, and so forth. Those are the elect, and they were set up to be the elect from the foundation of the earth. That in the spiritual realm. Jeremiah chapter 1 tell you that. Before you were born, I knew you. In other words, the Most High knew you in the spiritual realm. Anybody that dies, you do better. Paul said that, which is far better. He said, look, if I die, I'm better off than being down here. Why? Because he actually he actually died, and then he came back to life. They stoned him to death. He was lifeless. His heart stopped beating. He actually died, and his spirit left his body, and he went up into the spiritual realm. And he saw things that he couldn't even put into words. It was how wonderful it was. That's why he said it was far better. He said, but I'm here for your sake. I'm just saying it my way. So anyway, You can't make yourself the elect. There's a lot of guys out there that set up their own camps and teach a little this and that. They took a little bit from this group and took some of that group and put this together with this. And they just go out there and they teach. So they really wasn't wasn't ordained to teach, because they're teaching all this different shit. And they said, wait a minute, the guy was saying this, that sounds like something from IUIC, but now he's saying something that GMS would say. But they're teaching that the MOTB is a micro C hip, but they don't teach that hell. So, what's going on here? Them guys are not necessarily prophets. Now, some of them could be elect. This is the thing to do. Be out there on the street. Maybe the spirit is with you for real, and maybe the spirit is not. Maybe you're just faking it. We don't know. And we can't just say you're not or you are. But if you got different, if you take something from IUIC, take something from GMS, take something from ISUPK, whatever. Give you another example. A Wi-Fi, Naquan, whatever, self-appointed elder Naquan. When they had the little debate, the discussion/debate with them two knuckleheads and Captain Tazariak, I was watching it and I did a video and I said, well, the knuckleheads are right. The demons, the two demons, Hakar and Hassad, them two demons were right. But they're wrong on other things. So guess what? At the end of the day, they're not prophets. Unless they truly repent. They're not dealing with the whole law. This guy, Hakar, this demon, he said that 2nd Ezra's chapter 11, 2nd Ezra chapter 12, this goes back years ago. He says that's the business. That's talking about part of it, or all of it's talking about the Byzantine Empire. I remember I took one verse out and said, "Then what did this mean?" And this guy, he used to ignore me. I asked him a bunch of times, 20 times, "What does this scripture mean? What does this scripture mean?" He never answered it. So he's just making it up as he goes along. He's getting better, but let's wait and see. If he's not dealing, I'll say this again. I'll say this again. For example, IUIC teaches that the MOTB is sin in all of its forms, whether it be religious or political. Guess what? They took away from the scriptures. If you take away from the scriptures, Revelation 22:19, the Most High will blot you out of the book, blot your name out of the book of life. If your name is blotted out of the book of life, your name is blotted out of the book of life, you will wind up in the lake of fire. Now they're saying that sometimes they say the lake of fire is America on fire by the missiles. Other times they'll say it's hell itself. So is it two things? It's America. Wait, there's more. It also is hell. Well, wait a minute. If that's the case, then the fire is going to go out. The fire will go out in Babylon. And this place is ready. The Most High jacking you demons up, man. He's really he's bringing judgment on you demons. So anyway, let me look up the word prophet. Let me give you these precepts. And, if you're truly one of the prophets, one of the elect, you ain't got no business dealing with Sarnetta and them Kemetic people and them Moors and being cool with them, exchanging numbers. We don't got no, look, and I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to hang. You're not going to, I'm an Israelite, right? Go out and speak and do the videos. But my best friend is a Muslim. I don't have Muslim friends. I don't have Christian friends. I don't have Jehovah Witness friends. Well, we cool. We hang out. You know, we play basketball together. We go, but no, I'm not. You're not a friend. You're not a friend. As a matter of fact, you're a demon. The only person that you can deal with that they don't believe is your wife. If she be pleased to dwell with you. And eventually, when all hell breaks loose, she'll believe. Trust me, she will believe. So why would you, as an Israelite, be... And then you got Captain Zariak said he even loved... I love Sarnetta, and if shit. If Sarnetta was hanging off a cliff, man, I'll keep walking. I act like I ain't, help me, I'm gonna fall. I act like Garfield, all them guys. And let me say this. Let me just say this. Inside joke. Ramayallah. Every last one of them guys, I don't give a damn if it's the Moore, Kemetic brother. What the hell happened to Polite? Polite came up against the true prophets of the Most High, and what did the Most High do to his ass? Black ass, locked his ass up. And guess what? He better not never come out, cause there's niggas waiting for him. All right. Hey. Whack 100 said, "What nigga? I'll hop on the plane right now and come see you." And then he showed his true colors. So he came against the he didn't realize. He did not realize when he came down to 34th Street. He did not realize he was in front of the prophets of the Lord. Some of the prophets of the Lord. And we spoke from the heart, and we told him what was up. And then he even said, You almost got me. You almost made me a believer." Like, who said that? Herod. I believe it was Herod Agrippa, if I'm not mistaken. You almost made me to be a Christian. So we were coming from the heart. And then he turns around, he uses, he films it. He gets Sarnetta, that demon, to film the great. What about the great thing? And we broke it down to him. You know what he did? When he had the debate with Captain Zariak, he brought that out. He showed it. People, Jake, oh my goodness, what are these niggas saying? They were cursing us out and all that. But what ultimately happened? This guy was dealing with, what's her name? One of his wife's daughter, and had one of his wife's daughter run away from New York and go move out there to California. Renentek, which she's in the sex business right now. According to certain sources. I saw, she's old, she's in her 20s. And there's a commercial, it was on YouTube. The brother played the commercial of an Edomite woman, a Jake woman, and looked just like her, but a little older. She was in her 20s. So he turned that chick out when she was underage. But he also took us breaking the thing down about raping a girl, having somebody underage. He was doing it for himself. To get justification so he can deal. See, them prophets said I can deal with you. We don't deal with it. We even said that. He said we ain't dealing with no little girls. You get locked up, and you can't rape nobody in this society. Hey, the scriptures speak about a Moses to be put to death on the spot. You think we're going to go around? If I teach that, are they going to say, you know, them GMS guys, they killing Moses? Come on, dog. So anyway, he's out in California talking shit on videos. Come to find out, he has an Ephraimite chick. Oh, he's more in the Edomites now. There's pictures of him. Edomite chick got him in a headlock, and he's in heaven. You can see it. He really wants to get with the Edomite, get the next best thing, which is Ephraimite. And she was a freak anyway, and she didn't realize that this guy was looking at. Look, if I'm around brothers and my woman is around, I know what brothers looking at my wife In what way? I know that. So the Ephraimite chick did not know that he was looking at his daughter, looking at his daughter a certain way. So then, I trusted you, and you was the same chick that he had your ass butt naked with a dog collar on, walking around in the damn hotel with a bunch of people watching. But I had no idea. The dude had 4 fucking women. So that's fucking bullshit. Like, what's her name? Carice, whatever her name is, the chick with Diddy. She playing that Little Red Riding Hood, Lost in the Woods shit. She know what was going on. Man, she was a super freak, man. Come on, man. So anyway, eventually what happens? He gets caught out there. He beats the bitch up. She's all bruised up, lips busted, mouth busted, semen in her mouth and all this shit, drugs in her, alcohol. And eventually they caught up with his ass and they gave him 7. And by the way, 7 years, biblically 7 years mean completion. He ain't gonna make it out because the missiles, Most High willing, the missiles come, and I don't see this man going Esau going another 7 years. Too much crazy shit happening. You see what's happening in the Middle East? Anyway, so this is the first time the word prophet come up. Genesis 20 verse 7. Now therefore, and we are the prophets, restore this man, his wife, this is Abraham, proving that Abraham was a prophet. For he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine. So you can take this guy out and take your whole family out. Did not the Most High take out the firstborn of everybody in Egypt? Let me see. It was cattle, sons, whatever. All their sons and so forth. So let me look up the word prophet. Okay, so the word there is Nabaya, or Nabaya. Let me see how they say it.
Strong's H 5030. Navi.
There's no V in the Hebrew, dumbass. Okay, spokesman, speaker, prophet, false prophet, heathen prophet. Like this guy, Balaam was a heathen prophet. He was a Midianite. Who's the Most High. And other nations can prophesy too. They can prophesy, they can see visions, and they can dream dreams. Genuine prophet of, anciently called, chains probably occurring in times of Elijah, and is first reflected in I can't even read that source, literally as applied to Abraham. I just want to get some more information here. Okay, let's see this prophet who, as actuated by a divine affliction or spirit. Divine meaning of the spiritual realm of the Most High. Let me open this up. So you got all these precepts. So the word prophet occurs 317 times. And that's only in the Old Testament. That's a list of scriptures from the Old Testament. Prophet, prophecy, them that prophesy. Who prophesies? Prophets. Can the heathen prophesy? Yes. Yes. The king of Babylon prophesied. The prophecy of Daniel chapter 2, that was a prophecy. Daniel had the vision, and the king of Babylon had the vision. Let me go to that real quick. Daniel 2. So can other nations see visions? Can they see dreams? The king's forgotten dream. And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, dreamed dreams. So it was a series of dreams. Now, this is how you know that, this is how you really know that a dream is not a dream, it's a vision. When they show, you know, the scriptures, if you see things that are biblical, that's a vision. Or if you get up, go to the bathroom, go back to sleep, and you go back into that dream, that's not a dream, it's a vision. And my wife used to have many visions where she was dreaming, and she would get up, go to the bathroom, drink some water, whatever she would do, and go back to sleep, and then the dream would just resume. It was like a pause button. That's a vision. That's a vision. It says, wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep break from him. So what did the king of Babylon see? He saw his kingdom. He saw the downfall of his kingdom. He saw the Medo-Persian Empire. He saw the Greeks. He saw the Romans. And he saw what we see today, what we're into today. The EU nations, the NATO nations, America, Canada, which are part of the NATO nations. He saw the destruction. The stone that hit the feet, that represents Yahushua coming back, and with the angels and the missiles coming back. So the king of Babylon saw the same thing that Daniel saw in Daniel chapter 7. But it was Daniel chapter 7 was beasts. This dream was a statue. It was the same, talking about the same thing. Daniel 7. In the first year of Belteshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. When he wrote, then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Same vision, but different. Instead of the beast, you had a statue. Now, did that make Nebuchadnezzar a prophet? Nope, he's not a prophet. He's just somebody that sees in the future. In the way he is, because he saw something that was going to happen in the future. He had a prophetic dream, and like I mentioned, Balaam was a spiritual man that actually the Most High showed him the end of the world. The Most High showed him how the Israelites was going to completely destroy, and the saints still take the kingdom and possess it forever. We're going to do it by violence. Thus by violence. Revelation 18:21. So anyway, so a prophet is divinely inspired. And some of you guys are not prophets. A lot of you guys are not prophets. A lot of you guys see it and you rehearse it, and then you go out there and you do what you got to do, and you fall off. It's not sexy no more. So anyway, let's go into these precepts. Amos 3 and 7. You can't make yourself a prophet. You cannot make yourself one of the elect of the Most High. You were set up to be a prophet before the foundation of the earth in the spiritual realm. Same goes with you being an elect. It was already established before you were born. In the spiritual realm. It says, surely Yahweh the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. You can say secrets or secret. Unto his servants, the prophets. Back to the basics. Let's look up the word reveal. The book of Revelation means to reveal, means to pull back the veil. Okay, so this is Gala, to uncover. So we know that Babylon the Great, the U.S., is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. That's something Alex Jones doesn't know. If we ever went on Alex Jones, which they're getting ready to take everything that he got, the government, they're breaking his whole thing. That studio that he got, that studio is worth millions of dollars. They totally attempted to destroy this man. Look who pops up. Alex Jones channel. Hey, hold on. Germany outbreaks. There the preps. Okay, I'm gonna see this later. So I mentioned Alex Jones, and all of a sudden Alex Jones pops up, and he claims to be a Gadite. He says his father's a Gadite. I believe a Cherokee. I hope I'm saying it right. So if his father is a Gadite, then he's a Gadite. He's good. Ultimately, he's good. Whether he's one of the elect or not, remains to be seen. But if we went on the show and we told him, America's Babylon the Great in the book of Revelation, the place is going to be utterly destroyed. We got to do something about this war in the Middle East. It's gonna happen anyway. This is the Most High. Man's goings of the Most High. How can a man then understand his own way? Hey, what Netanyahu's doing is what the Most High wants him to do. In a dream, in a vision by night, when deep sleep falleth upon a man, then he seals their instructions, instruct them, and then he seals it, meaning he puts it in their mind to do it, where nobody can get it out of his mind. Make him do. Most High has power over everything, everyone. So, why do you think the book of Revelation is called the book of Revelation? It's something that was revealed to John. And he didn't even understand what was saying. So we understand it fully because we have been divinely inspired to reveal his secrets or secret Sawad, counsel, divine assembly, company, secret counsel, familiar, converse, intimacy with. When you get intimate with somebody, that means you're telling them your secrets. You know, you're my close friend, you know? Intimacy doesn't always mean having sex with a woman. Intimacy really means sharing your secrets. You know, women open up. If the woman digs you, you got a chick, they'll open up things that they don't tell nobody else. Same thing with a friend. That's why you only have very few friends. The Ecclesiasticus tell you that about friends. It's like the cut friends. How many of us got them? Have them? Friends, one that you can depend on. So that's secret, right? Unto his what? Unto his servants the prophets. So this is not for everybody. So now let's go from there to 2nd Ezra 12 verse 34 to 36. 2nd Ezra 12:34. See, like Bishop Nate, he can't break down second. Maybe he got it now. Maybe he figured it out. Maybe the Most High opened up his mind. But I know at one point, and I believe so, he doesn't understand 2nd Ezra's 11 and 12. Maybe he understands parts of it. And I did put up videos on it, so if you watch the videos, you would get it. Like 34 to 36. For the rest of my people shall he deliver with mercy those that have been pressed upon my borders, which is in the land, and he shall make them joyful until the coming of the day of judgment. Wherefore I have spoken unto thee from the beginning. So after Ezra received the vision, the Most High is talking to him. This is not a future prophecy. This is talking about during Ezra's lifetime. This is the dream that thou sawest, and these are the interpretations. Thou only hath been meet or good to know this secret of the highest. Amos 3 and 7. Let me keep reading. Therefore write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people, whose hearts or minds thou knowest, may comprehend, understand, and keep these secrets. But wait thou here thyself yet 7 days more, that it may be showed thee whatsoever it pleaseth the Most High to declare unto thee. And with that he went his way. Now I want to go to 14. 2 Ezra 14 and 5. Can't believe it's Friday. Okay, where am I? Second Ezra 14 and 5. Then we're going to jump to verse 26. You can actually read this whole chapter. And told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times and the end, and commanded him, saying, These words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide. 8th verse. I'm jumping to the 8th verse. That thou lay upon in thy heart or mind the signs that I have showed, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretations, the understanding, which thou hast heard. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son. Who's the son of the Most High? Yahushai. And with such as he be like, until the time be ended. Ultimately, all the prophets died. They go back in the spiritual realm. The son is up there. This is before the son came down to die. He has yet to, experience coming back on the earth to die for the Israelites. For the world hath lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part. So we're at the end of this thing. And this was over 2,000 years ago. So the 2 parts are at the end. And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. And therefore set thy house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. If you got depressions, you need to put that in a suitcase somewhere. And haste thee to flee from these times. The times, we're living in these times. It's happening. What happened in North Carolina, in Georgia, parts of Florida. And I know the backstory behind it. I know why it really why it went down like that. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. And we in the time of Jacob's trouble right now. But like I said, you can read this whole chapter. Let me jump down to the 26th verse. Hey, look, there's no scripture where the prophets had a debate about the scriptures. Oh, well, I represent Molech, and we're gonna have a debate, see who's got. You had Elijah, and he gave him a test. He said, "Let's see, the 400 prophets of Baal. He didn't sit down and have no debate and shake their hands and we cool. After that situation with the 400 prophets of Baal, that they were stabbing himself and cutting himself, Elijah didn't say, okay, we can start hanging out. No, they were the enemy, man. That includes Jake. If you ain't in Israel, and then even if you're in Israel, I'm not cool with you if you not teaching, if we're not on the same page, that you all speak the same thing. If you got an Israelite, let's say Captain Tazariak. Captain Tazariak, ISUPK, I'm just using him as an example. He doesn't believe the MOTB is a micro C hip. Well, me and him can't be cool at all. We can't be cool. In order for me to be cool with him, we got to be on the same page. Now, I can be at peace with the brother. I can say, shalom, brother, and say a few words, and that's it. The only ones that you're supposed to be around are the ones that's teaching the 100% truth, not the 99% truth. That's not your friend. He's not your friend. You could be civil with him, but he's not your friend. Oh, can we get numbers? Nope, I can't give you my number. Okay, it says jump down to the 26th verse. And when thou hast done, some things shalt thou publish, and some things shalt thou show secretly to the wise. We read that in 2 Ezra chapter 12. Tomorrow, this hour, shalt thou begin to write. Like I said, read this whole chapter. The Most High put a spirit on Ezra and the other prophets to write. Matter of fact, I don't want to read the whole chapter. The whole chapter says 48. I'm not reading 48 verses. Let me see. Just read the whole chapter. It's a beautiful chapter. So Ezra was able to see the end too. He was able to see Yahushua and the angels come back. He saw the missiles as well. Okay, so now from there we're going to go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 7:21. Then we're going to jump back to 18. We're going to go to 18 first, then we're going to jump back to 18. We're going to go to 21 first. And I should let me do this. 21 first, but let me come up a little bit. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me just start from 17 verse. But you can read the whole chapter in your leisure. So this is Wisdom of Solomon 7:17. For he hath given me certain knowledge. Who gave Solomon this knowledge? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Who's Solomon? Solomon came back as the Messiah. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons, the circuits of years, and the position of stars, the nature of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men, the diversity of plants. That's where the herbs come in. You brothers get sick, you run right to the hospital. You run right to the urgent care instead of looking it up and getting the right herbs or supplements you need to heal you. And you got these doctors now, every once in a while, you got these specials where you got these doctors are saying, now we're finding out that the medicines, that the pharmaceutical medicines don't always work. Sometimes you got to go back to the herbs. They're just now saying like MS, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's disease. You know, old people get that. It's amyloid plaque. And herbalists said that for years, been saying that. Now you got doctors saying, we're just finding out that it's amyloid plaque. They're using the word amyloid plaque. So you use certain greens, herbs, and it pulls, the word is chelation, which is Greek for claw, to pull out these this amyloid plaque and making your body more alkaline. Because when you see old people that are old, they're walking slow, their back hurts, they're all messed up, their bodies fill up with acid, man. As acidity level is off the chain, man. Because of this diet. It's called the Standard American Diet, which is SAD. This guy, Nathaniel Jordan of the Minister of Wellness, he says SAD represents the Satanic American Diet. He goes into the G-bombs. Go to Google and put G-bombs. G-bombs. The first G starts with greens. What is it? Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. So it's an acronym. G-bombs is an acronym for those things. You eat that type of you go to the G-bomb type of diet, you drink more water, you get rid of that crap. No McDonald's, no Burger King, inside joke. No Wendy's. The last time I think I ate was at McDonald's was maybe 22 years ago. And I didn't want to eat, but I was hungry. It was me and Ricard. We was upstate somewhere, way upstate. Shit, we was right down the street from Greenhaven. That's where they send your asses upstate. What is that? Comstock, Greenhaven. We actually went to Greenhaven, and it's nothing but a fortress. You know? So there was a McDonald's. We wanted to get something to eat. There was nothing open. I think I ordered some chicken, and I didn't want to eat it. And that had to be like 20. Oh no! Wait a minute. That had to be like 24 years ago. Wait a minute. Let me see. Yeah, something like 24 years ago. Wendy's, I had Nate in Wendy's, and maybe 16, 17 years, 18 years ago. I mean, you can't get around this diet, this garbage that you got to eat, but you got to do the supplements, the smoothies, and this, that, and the third. And the reasoning of men, the diversity of plants, and the virtues of what? Roots. And all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. And like I said, you can read the rest of this. Read the whole chapter. So now let's go to Ecclesiasticus 48:25. Give you a couple more. I have a bunch more, but I'm not going to cover all of them. Ecclesiasticus 48:25. $48. $25. Now I opened with this. This is part of the title. So let me read this again. He showed what should pass forever, and secret things or ever they came. So that's only given to the prophets. Okay, let's go to 2 Ezra 10, verse 38. Second Ezra 10. Give you a couple more. Verse 38. He answered me then and said, hear me, and I will inform thee and tell thee wherefore thou art afraid. For the highest will reveal many secret things unto you, to thee. Who's that talking about? Ezra. Why did he reveal it to Ezra? Because Ezra was a prophet. Ezra was also a high priest. Did not he read the law to Israel? The whole law. As a king, Deuteronomy chapter 17, if you call yourself a king, you're supposed to get a copy of the law, and you're supposed to read the law you read the whole law, you go back, read it again. You constantly reading the law. That means a lawyer. A lawyer. A lawyer is a master of the law. So when we're in the kingdom, the new covenant is going to be what? We're going to all become spiritual Levites, lawyers, joined unto the Most High. So the law is going to be in us. 2 Ezra 5, verse 9. Give you a couple more. Okay, and salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another in time of Jacob's trouble. Then shall wit hide itself. Wit is wisdom, the wisdom of the Most High given to us. They're not going to know how to get out of these troubles, but we see this thing. We know that these are signs before this destruction comes of this world system itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber. This is why you got these jakes that in that comedic stuff. I don't even, if I want to go to sleep, I put that comedic nonsense on. Them guys are lost, and every last one of them, because their God, Anubis is not going to tell them, no, don't take the chip. They're going to take that goddamn chip, and they're going to die. Right here in Babylon. I wouldn't give them the time of day. None of them guys. Let me see. I'll give you one more. Deuteronomy 29 and 29. No, there's another one. You got to read the whole chapter. The secret things belongeth unto Yahweh, our power, our God. But those things which are revealed belong unto us, the Israelites, and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. Like I said, if you add to the book or take away from the book, you take away from the book, you're going to be blotted out of the book of life. I'm going to give you one more and then I'm going to close. Numbers 11 and 29. Numbers 11 and 29. And Moses said unto him, this was Joshua, envieth thou for my sake with the Most High that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that Yahweh would put his spirit upon them, and all of us will be blessed. All the families of the earth be blessed is talking about the Israelites. Let me see. I may have to go back. You know what? Let me do this. Okay, but there remained two of the men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. Let's look them words up, them names up. And the Spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but went not out unto the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. So guess what? The Spirit jumped on these two men, and they said, and the Spirit rested on them. So these were prophets. So Joshua went to report it to Moses. And there ran a young man and told Moses, there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, my Lord Moses, forbid them. Tell them to stop prophesying. Moses can't tell them to stop prophesying. The Most High put the Spirit on them to prophesy. And I'm going to look those two names up. And Moses said unto him, envieth thou for my sake? Are you jealous of these guys? Would to the Most High that all Yahweh's people, Israelites, were prophets, and that Yahweh would put his Spirit upon them. He's doing it now in the last days. He's doing it to the young women, the old women, the old men, the young men. He's even given prophecies to other nations. Now I want to look these names up, and then I'm gonna close. Eldad. I knew it. And when I saw Dad is where you get David, Dawad or Dawayad. David means beloved. So the name of the one was Allah-dad, or God love, or God has loves. So those names, that name Allah-dad means that he loved those men. So he gave him prophecies. So these two men have to be prophets. The other name was, and Dad we know means beloved. Maya Dad, it just means love. So who loved Maya Dad? The Most High. It said one of the 70 elders. So my dad and Allah were of the 70. One of the 70 elders to whom was communicated the prophetic power of Moses, and who prophesied in the camp of the Israelites in the wilderness. Let me go back to Al-Adad. One of the two elders, or 70, who prophesied in the Israelite camp. But these clown-ass antichrists saying, oh, the Lord ain't dealing with Israel. All throughout the scriptures, it speak about Israel in the Old Testament and the New Testament. But the Lord, he really wanted to save the Gentiles. That's why you stay away. That's why you call the cops on these Christians. Tell them you don't want to deal with them. You go with them, you show them if they're Jake in the hopes that they might come around. If not, you tell them, look, man, go down the street. Take your ass down the street. Because they need us. We don't need them. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom on to the next. Shalom.